What is up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another edition of Spicy Saturday, where the elo doesn't matter, the spice is what matters, but I am the one, for the first time ever, in a long time, the one battling in the Spicy Saturday, and I'm featuring Obstagoon, my shiny Tangrowth, and a Hundo IV Chandelure. Rise, why are you using a Hundo Chandelure? Because I've got a Hundo Chandelure, and why not? And I didn't want to power up a normal, like a better IV Chandelure, but just having some fun in the 3500. So I know there have been spicier Saturdays on the channel by the likes of Boygos and others, but Rise using some rare spice in a very pretty absurd elo range around the 3500s, and we're gonna see how this team performs. Chandelure farms down the Dragonite. It has energy, and if you guys haven't seen Chandelure in action, this thing is absolutely insane. I go for the Shadow Ball here against the Talonflame. Fortunately, my opponent didn't sneak in and incinerate of their own. I'm going to be able to CMP tie here on the Shadow Ball, and this will do a heck of a lot of damage. And we're going to see, does this... Oh, it doesn't one-shot, but it does a lot. Chandelure is a complete glass cannon. As you'll see, Flame Charge resisted, doesn't matter, still KOs. In comes Tangrowth, and there's an Escavalier, and unfortunately, this is not a favorable matchup for Tangrowth. Rock Slide does hit for neutral because of the Bug Steel typing, but if this Tangrowth has Mega Horn, that'll one-shot me. Let's see what they're going to throw. It's an Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is a pretty weak move. So I thought maybe I had a chance here, but as you're going to see, Rock Slide coming through doesn't do quite enough. Unfortunately, since the Vine Whips are double resisted, they hardly do anything, and the second Aerial Ace will definitely KO my big Tangrowth. So a good game there to our first opponent. Second opponent, Nidoqueen. This thing our team does not really like, but I saw quite a few. So I decided to play it this way. I go straight Night Slash. Just trying to do as much chip damage as possible, because Tangrowth really doesn't want to see this thing. And Chandelure is pretty neutral against it. So another Poison Fang comes through. And we're just trying to chip as much as we can, going straight Night Slash. We're not bothering building up to like a Hyper Beam or anything, because we want to put on the damage. And we also kind of don't want them to shield these Night Slashes, because we don't want to just get rid of this thing. And then I aggressively swap into Chandelure. I get an energy head start, and you are going to see Chandelure go to work here. Going straight Flame Charge. And even though and they didn't shield the first Flame Charge, which is huge for us, and even though Scrafty is a Dark type and it has access to Foul Play, these counters are double resisted. So this is actually a pretty good situation for Chandelure. I'm going to keep vamping up my attack. I'm going for another Flame Charge here. I get a shield, and now I should be able to incinerate down. Definitely going to shield this. If they bait me, I don't think they get to a Foul Play anyway. So I commit the shield. I incinerate down. I have a move ready to go. What's going to come in? Is it going to be the Nido? No, it's a Water type. It's a Water type, and I'm like, what on earth? Why did they not bring the Water type into the Chandelure? We aggressive swap to avoid being farmed down. Fortunately for us, they actually swapped as well. This was a bit of a dumb play. My thought process on the undercharge here was I didn't want the Alomomola to waterfall us down and then blizzard my Tangrowth. So that's why I did that. And then I come in here, they Earth Power. Now my Tangrowth should be able to just Vine Whip down. But yeah, Alomomola has access to Blizzard, so I did not want them to Blizzard my Tangrowth. But most people do run Psychic and Hydro Pump. So there comes a Psychic. I knew it was too quick to be a Blizzard, so now I know I'm in good shape. And the almighty Tangrowth. Look at his eyes. The fierceness. No point in my timing there. Just get to the Power Whip as soon as I can. And bang, bang, boogie. Get out of here, you big fish. First time I think I've ever seen Alomomola being used in the the Open or the Ultra Premier League. So shout out to that trainer for their spice on a spicy Saturday. Into the next one. Goon versus Swamp. This is a pretty neutral matchup. it kind of comes down to like sneaking encounters and mud shots often. Also, my goon doesn't have the best IVs, so that probably doesn't help it much. Swampy has overfarmed quite a bit. I think he's at back-to-back already. He gets off another. I'm not going to bother shielding, because if I lose this matchup, I can just farm with Tangrowth, but I will try and win it if I can. A little bit of lag, unfortunately. Apologies for the notifications. That's on me. You would think I would know by now, but it takes a while to find some of these matches, so sometimes I don't bother. Definitely not going to shield this. Once I get rid of the swamp, hopefully Chandelure has a lot of play in back. I take an Earthquake, which hurts. What's going to come in? A Fighter. So I go straight into Chandelure, and there's a G-Fisk. And I'm like, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Chandelure sweep. Incoming. Possibly? He shields the first. And the opponent makes a mistake. They tried to throw on alignment, and I get a free Incinerate through. And now I should be able to farm this down. That second Incinerate went through. Should KO the G-Fisk. I go for a Shadow Ball here because I thought his win con might be like calling a Flame Charge and surviving. But yeah, it didn't matter because a Cross Chop wouldn't have quite KO'd me from there. He would have needed the Rock Slide. And boom! Double Shadow Ball for the win. Chandelure putting in work. Farm down the G-Fisk. The opponent did they didn't time it perfectly, so that also hurt them. Okay, in comes Dragonite after we win lead. This is my best answer for Dragonite. This is kind of funny. Obstagoon is my best answer for Dragonite. So I'm just staying in here, obviously. I get off 2 Night Slashes. My opponent should have definitely put the pressure on me by throwing before I threw. I get a shield. I get a boost! And at this point, I know this Dragonite has so much energy that if I shield, he'll just throw another claw. So I decided to let it go because I feel like shields are important. And I'm going to definitely shield this. And this way, I kind of minimize the damage the Dragonite does. I come out of this with loaded energy. In comes G-Fisk. I threw after 5 turns, and so he gets 6 turns worth of energy, so I know I'm going to have to shield a Rock Slide here, which is unfortunate. You could argue I should have done 2 Incinerates. I shield the Rock Slide, but I know I can farm. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. A9, but it's Charm A9. So I switch into Tangrowth to transfer the Charm, because that Charm is still going to really hurt our... That Charm's still going to really hurt. So I Rock Slide, and then check this out. I stop tapping. You're going to see. A Weather Ball is going to come through. I stopped tapping there for a brief moment because I know I need 2 Incinerates to Flame Charge the G-Fisk. Fortunately for me, my opponent charmed down. I come out of that with a move, and the G-Fisk, I believe, was one mud shot away. And, we're able to get the move off. That was a pretty nice win there. I think we played that one pretty well because the Dragonite safe swap was definitely tricky to handle. Going up against Bad Hand, the XL Master. Bad Hand, a supporter of the channel. Also a huge grinder, has like a lot of insane Pokemon. So Obstagoon versus A9. It's Powder Snow, so we don't want this aligned with our Tangrowth. I'm going to bait here like I'm going for a Gunk Shot. And I have featured Gunk Shot Goon in the past, so I figured Bad Hand might suspect it. At this point, I'm afraid of the Gleam, but I know I have to save shields for Chandelure anyway. Because Chandelure with no shield is going to be pretty bad. It's going to die to, like, if you breathe on it too hard. Just going straight Cross Chop at this point, because I didn't have enough for a Gunk Shot or anything, so I knew he wouldn't shield that. Weather Ball comes through. And I actually purposely didn't throw my energy. I wanted to lure him into throwing another move here to give me more farm on Chandelure. Unfortunately, he's actually going to get to another Weather Ball, which will do some nice chip damage for him. So that was not ideal. But it doesn't do that much. I'm like, what's going to come in? It's the Mandibuzz. It is Mr. Mandibuzz. The big fella, and this is not good. This beats both of our back Pokemon. I do make a nice catch here. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Caught the Dark Pulse. But we still have a lot of a lot of ground to cover. Tangrowth, come on, man. Show him what you got. We get the shield. Another move's coming through. I'm like trying to decide where I want to use my last shield because I don't know what's in back still. Rock Slide. Oh, okay. Poly. Could there still be some play? He tried to catch the Rock Slide. We're going to Power Whip the Poly. And at this point, I'm like, I kind of have to shield, right? Because I don't think I can farm down the Poly, that's for sure. And then I catch the Weather Ball here. And I'm hoping I can come out with 2 Rock Slides and maybe... And just maybe the Mandibuzz doesn't have a move. I get off here Rock Slide number 1. And unfortunately, the Mandibuzz had a move stored, so we're not able to beat the OP Triple XL team that time. But that's alright, GG's to Bad Hand. I was proud of that one. I thought I played that one pretty well. I'm not sure if I could have played that one any better. We just didn't really have the alignment we wanted. Maybe if I had saved... No, even if I saved shields. I mean, we were pretty hard countered. Alright, Skarmory. Not a bad lead for Obstagoon. Obstagoon's going to deal out neutral damage, so... Even though it's like a pseudo fighter versus a flyer, it's a pretty neutral matchup. Obstagoon, I think, actually is favored in this matchup. Just going straight Night Slash. Obstagoon's heavy hitting moves would be resisted by Steel, so there's no point in building up in this situation. You just want to go straight for Night Slashes if you potentially get a boost. I call the Sky Attack once again. I kind of want to save shields for my back Pokemon. Pain Done, fellow content creators, thanking me for sending him some of my battles. And Night Slash coming through. I don't expect him to shield. So we win Switch, which is nice. In comes Machamp, and this is great that we have Switch, because Tangrowth doesn't do very well against Machamp. Just because its fast moves are so oppressive. Definitely have to respect the charge move here. Just a cross chop. And my opponent makes a terrific catch. Terrific catch. I was not expecting that. I'm going to farm up a little bit before switching out of there. And now this is going to be kind of close. That catch my opponent made actually like makes this a really close matchup. Not like this Tangrowth Jelly matchup, just kind of like the game matchup in general, I mean. We take it out with a Power Whip. In comes Mr. Champ, and I'm kind of wanting him to expend energy here because I'm thinking my Incinerate damage is going to be the key to victory for me. So I force him into expending energy. Like, he still has 2 shields. So I would have had to get off 3 charge moves, and he knew he had to double up there to have a chance. So G to the G. G to the G. Into the next one. Obstagoon versus Stunfisk. Shadow Dragonite switch once again. This is our best answer for Shadow Dragonite, so we have to kind of stay in here. We CMP here. I don't expect him to go for a hard-hitting move, so I let it go, which is kind of questionable. Because now how am I going to get rid of this thing if he shields? I go into Tangrowth. I go into Tangrowth. Because I know Tangrowth can absorb a move here. And then I can get off a Rock Slide. I don't expect him to shield at this point. Oh, he does shield. Oh, my God. And I'm like, okay. It's all going to be on Chandelure. Can the candle pull off the impossible and win this game for me? 2 shielded candle. Can Candle do it? I get off a Flame Charge here. Unfortunately, they sneak in a Mud Shot. And now I kind of want to commit to a Farm Down, which I should have. In hindsight, I should have. I catch. But you're going to see this doesn't do me any favors. Because I have to shield this anyway. Sorry, I'm so bad at spoiling the ending. Can Rise do it? He incinerates down. What's in back? It's an Alolan Ninetales with Charm. And the Flame Charge coming through. Gets Charm down, unfortunately, before he can KO it. So if I had stayed in, I would have been able to get off a boosted Flame Charge, which might have been able to do enough. But that's alright. GG. Good lead against the Abomasnow. We got 2 good answers for this, so we don't necessarily need to switch. So this is a matchup back to the educational Rise, where it's really important to time your moves. Incinerate's a 5-turn fast move, and it takes 3 Incinerates to get to the first charge move. So I'm always going to throw at 7 counters, which is 14 versus 15. So I'm only allowing 1 free turn of energy. There I threw after 2 counters, which is only allowing another 1 free turn worth of energy. And then I time this to catch the Flame Charge. Not only do I catch the Flame Charge, but I actually sneak an Incinerate of my own through. And now I'm going to be able to Incinerate this down. And now we're looking in a pretty solid position. What's going to come in? It's a Swampert. We don't like to see Mr. Swampert, but we do have a lot of energy that threatens it. And he's committing to a full farm down, which is going to allow us to get to another Shadow Ball. This is huge. Boom! Takes out a huge chunk of Swamp Daddy. We've got a Tangrowth to absorb all this energy here. We don't have Sludge Wave. No one runs Sludge Wave these days. Boom, we get Quaked. That's alright. We switch, and we had a lot of energy. So we were just going to spam off Cross Chops, and our opponent knew it was pretty much over. Our opponent could have committed to like a huge farm down, maybe, but... Okay, and then we change up the team for one last spicy Saturday battle with our Ice Fang Feraligator. Our Poison Jab Roserade, which is actually going to struggle against Swampert, even though it's a grass type. But you are going to see the almighty Feraligator go on a barrel roll in this game. It goes crazy. Hydro Cannon, we call it. You're not going to quake us. We sneak in a Poison Jab there. I know they're not going to quake, and I might live this, so I'm definitely not going to shield. I get off another move. I'm really hoping this opponent wasn't keeping track, and I get both shields. How about that? I get both shields. In comes the Feraligator. Because Gliscor in the back doesn't want to see this Hydro Cannon energy. I call another one, and my opponent makes a nasty catch. I wasn't even throwing right away, and they still caught. The reason I fully charged this was because I didn't want to let him get to a Claw. Otherwise, I probably would have undercharged. And I'm still not going to shield this because I know... Oh, and never mind. I shield this because I need to get rid of this thing. And then at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's in back, so I'm just going to commit another shield. And that way I'll have energy to threaten it in case this energy is more valuable. And it turns out Gliscor would have been able to handle the Escavalier. But Feraligator sweeps the entire team after Roserade gets the shields. How about that for the win? Fun video. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Couple of announcements. Number 1. I'm streaming right now, if you're watching this right away, with JT Hugman, and we're going to do a Spicy Saturday live, where we battle with some spicy Pokemon in the Go Battle League. Number 2, later, 5 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be streaming a tournament in the Osmo PvP server. Link in the description if you want to join. It should be fun. Number 3, for YouTube Shorts, I have a new link. I already have a link about submitting your battles for a shoutcast. I have a new link specifically for shorts if you have one battle that you want to be shoutcasted on the channel. Okay, announcements done. Quick and simple. Spicy Saturday. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Might double upload if I'm feeling up to it. Busy day. I had no plans, so I'm doing a bunch of content. How about that? Why am I still talking in this manner? Who knows? But I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.